I shattered my shield, saving alien princess. Her mother rewarded me. Beginning, the human guard on an alien world. My name is Rylan Cade, ex-captain of the Terran Vanguard, now reduced to a mercenary for hire. After the Interstellar War left Earth bankrupt and broken, I sold my combat skills to the highest bidder. That's how I ended up on Lyra Prime, a planet of shimmering skies, silver forests, and a royal dynasty older than human civilization itself. The Valyrans were tall, luminous beings with skin that shimmered faintly under starlight. Their eyes glowed in hues humans could barely name, shades between turquoise and violet. Their empire was peaceful now, but peace in the galaxy never lasted long. Pirates, warlords, and scavengers always circled power, like vultures. I was assigned to the royal guard of Princess Lysara, daughter of Queen Malif, ruler of the Valyran Dominion. Lysara was unlike the others, curious, defiant, and far too fascinated by humans. While her people viewed humans as crude and impulsive, she found our recklessness romantic. I first met her at the Crystal Spire, the palace carved from living quartz that pulsed faintly with the planet's bioenergy. I stood at attention, armored in black carbon weave and holding my energy shield, a small, oval device that could project a plasma barrier strong enough to block plasma bolts and even mild kinetic impacts. She approached, her silver gown catching the light like liquid glass. "You're human," she said softly, her voice melodic but curious. "Yes, your highness," I replied, "Captain Rylan Cade, assigned to your personal guard detail." She smiled faintly. "You fought in wars. I can see it in your eyes. Do you ever miss it?" "Miss it?" I repeated. "No, but I remember it." That was the first conversation of many. Over the following months, she began sneaking out of the palace with me as escort, exploring forests of bioluminescent vines, waterfalls that sang, and cities carved from crystalline spires. The queen would not have approved, but Lysara didn't care. She wanted to see the world her people had stopped exploring centuries ago. She was bold, reckless, and I was her willing accomplice. But trouble was brewing beyond the serenity of Valyra. Reports came in of mercenary raiders operating in nearby star systems, remnants of the war, scavengers seeking to plunder Valyran crystal energy cores. I suspected it wouldn't be long before they reached the planet. I was right. Middle. The attack on the Silver Grove. It was supposed to be a quiet day. Lysara had insisted we visit the Silver Grove, a vast forest of white leaf trees that glowed faintly in the planet's dusklight. Only a few guards accompanied us, mostly ceremonial, because who would dare attack a Valyran princess on her own world? I should have trusted my instincts. The first explosion came from the western ridge. A pulse of crimson light ripped through the air, followed by the whine of plasma rifles. The guards reacted instantly, shields flaring. I pulled Lysara down behind a crystal boulder as smoke and energy fire filled the grove. "Stay down," I barked. She nodded, frightened but composed, the royal training in her evident even under fire. I peeked over the rock and saw them. Humanoids in scavenger armor, masks glowing with red optics. Marauders. About 20 of them. I activated my combat visor and synced my shield emitter. The translucent blue barrier flared to life around my left arm, humming with power. I drew my pulse pistol and returned fire, striking one of the marauders in the chest. "Alpha Team, report." I shouted over the comlink, but static replied. The attack had jammed our signals. We were cut off. One of the marauders flanked left, firing a heavy plasma cannon. The blast shattered the crystal trees behind us, shards raining down like glowing snow. "Rylan!" Lysara cried. I moved without thinking, leaping in front of her as the cannon fired again. The blast hit my shield full force. The barrier held for a second, then cracked. A spiderweb of blue fracture spread across the energy plane. My arm vibrated violently, the emitter overheating. I gritted my teeth and pushed back, redirecting the blast. The impact sent me flying into the ground. My vision blurred. My arm burned. The shield, my only real protection, was gone. The device on my forearm sputtered, sparks flying, shattered beyond repair. But Lysara was alive. I staggered up. "Run, your highness!" "No," she shouted. "I won't leave you." "Then stay behind me and don't argue." I grabbed a fallen guard's rifle and fired into the trees, cutting down 2 marauders. But more emerged, closing in. I was outnumbered 10 to 1. And then above us, I saw a dark silhouette, a ship descending through canopy. A dropship matte black, with a skull emblem etched on its hull. The Scorpion Raiders, notorious for abducting nobles for ransom. They were here for her. The dropship's side bay opened. A figure stepped out, tall, armored, his face hidden behind a spiked mask. He raised a plasma glaive and pointed straight at Lysara. "The princess comes with us," he said through translator, his voice metallic. "Step aside, human, and you might live." "Not happening." He laughed. "A broken shield and a pistol? You must be suicidal." "Yeah," I said, raising the rifle, and very, very stubborn. The fight that followed was chaos. Plasma blades clashed, trees burned, and the ground shook. The leader's glaive slashed through my armor, searing my shoulder, but I fought back, swinging to my rifle, firing point blank, refusing to fall. Lysara used her innate energy abilities, channeling the Lyran light from her palms to blind and disorient the attackers. She was powerful, but untrained. Every blast drained her. The raiders circled us like wolves. I grabbed a falling grenade from the ground, armed it, and threw it at their ship. The explosion tore through the lower hull, sending debris flying. "Rylan," she shouted, as the leader lunged toward her. Time slowed. I saw the arc of his weapon, the glow of his blade. I dove between them, unarmed, shieldless, and tackled her aside. The glaive struck my chest plate, cracking it in two. The kinetic feedback hurled me backward into a crystal trunk. Pain shot through every nerve. My vision dimmed, but the leader never got to finish his strike. Lysara, screaming, unleashed a burst of radiant energy, pure Valyran light, from her hands. It exploded outward like a miniature sun, disintegrating half the grove and vaporizing the raiders. The blast stopped just short of me. Then everything went black. Middle continued, between life and death. When I awoke, I was in the royal healing chamber. The air smelled of flowers and ozone. My armor was gone, my chest wrapped in glowing med strips that pulsed faintly as they repaired tissue. Easy, a soft voice said. I turned my head. Lysara sat beside my bed, dressed in white, her usually radiant features now shadowed with guilt. You nearly died, she whispered. You shattered your shield protecting me. Part of the job. I croaked, my throat dry. She shook her head. No, you don't understand. My people, the Valyrans, we don't believe in self-sacrifice. We believe in balance. You gave everything without expecting anything back. Her voice trembled, and it changed me. I tried to smile, but the pain stopped me. You're safe. That's what matters. Because of you. I spent 3 weeks recovering in that chamber. The queen herself visited once. Tall, regal, her silver crown shimmering with starlight. She thanked me formally, though her tone was reserved. I am indebted to you, human captain, Queen Mela said. You saved the future of my lineage. The debt of a queen is not small. With respect, your majesty, I didn't do it for a reward. Her glowing eyes studied me. That is precisely why the reward will be great. Ending. The queen's reward. When I was strong enough to stand again, I was summoned to the throne hall. The entire court had gathered, nobles, soldiers, in attendance, their crystal armor gleaming. The queen sat upon a throne of living quartz, Lysara beside her. Captain Rylan Cade, the queen declared, her voice echoing. You have displayed valor beyond measure. You protected the heir of Valyra with your life, even after your defenses failed. I bowed deeply. It was my duty, Majesty. She stood, descending the dais with slow, deliberate grace. The entire hall watched in silence. She raised her hand, and a soft blue light surrounded me. I grant you the title of Star Shield, protector of the royal bloodline. From this day forth, you are no mere mercenary. You are bound to the Valyran crown. Gasps rippled through the crowd. No off-worlder had ever been given such an honor. But that wasn't all. The queen gestured to Lysara, who stepped forward carrying a small crystal sphere. Inside it swirled a luminous core, the heart of a Valyran energy shard. This, the queen continued, is a fragment of the planet's life force. It will bond with your armor, your weapon, your very spirit. It will rebuild what you lost. She placed it in my hands. It pulsed, sinking into my skin, merging with the broken shield emitter on my arm. The device reformed, but different now, alive. I activated it. Instead of the pale blue energy field, a radiant silver barrier appeared. Stronger, denser, humming with the planet's resonance. Lysara smiled. It's your new heart, Rylan, a part of Valyra itself. Your Majesty, I said, bowing again. I don't know what to say. The queen's lips curved faintly. Then say nothing. Just protect her, as you did before. From that day forward, I remained by Lysara's side, but our bond had changed. It was no longer just guard and princess. During the long evenings, we would walk the palace terraces overlooking the twin moons. She would ask about Earth, about human emotions, about sacrifice. Humans fight for love, she said once. Valyrans fight for balance. But perhaps both are needed. I looked at her, her silver hair glowing faintly in the moonlight. Love and balance can coexist, I replied. She smiled, that rare luminous smile that could melt even the coldest armor. The years passed, and peace returned to Valyra. The raiders never came again. The planet's defenses, under my command, grew stronger than ever. The queen's help began to fade, and Lysara took on more duties. Through it all, I remained a protector, and her friend, though my heart often ached for more. Then one night, the queen summoned me privately. She stood on the balcony of the upper spire, looking out at the endless horizon. You love my daughter, she said softly, not as a question, but as a fact. I froze. Your Majesty, do not deny it. I have eyes, and so does she. She turned, her expression unreadable. Among Valyrans, love is rare. It is not forbidden, but it must be earned. I would never dishonor her, I said. I know. The queen smiled faintly. That is why I am not angry. She reached out, touching the Star Shield emblem on my arm. You saved her life once. But you also gave her something my people forgot, the courage to feel. For that, I reward you once more. What reward could be greater than this? I asked. Her eyes glowed softly. A future. That night, a royal decree was issued, the first of its kind. Humans would be recognized as allied citizens of the Valyran Dominion, free to live, serve, and even wed among their kind. Lysara found me soon after, tears glimmering in her eyes. My mother, she did this for you, she whispered. No, I said gently. She did it for us. And in that moment, under the twin moons, she leaned forward and kissed me. Light as starlight, yet fierce with everything we had both endured. Epilogue, the Star Shield's legacy. Years later, they still tell the story. of a human who shattered a shield to save an alien princess. The old shield hangs in the Hall of Heroes. Its broken emitter still cracked, a reminder of sacrifice. My new one, the Living Star Shield, hums on my arm, a fusion of two worlds. Lysara rules now, her reign marked by unity between human and Valiran. She calls me her captain, her shield, and in private, her heart. And sometimes when I walk the silver force of Valyra, I remember that day, the explosion, the pain, the broken shield, and realize something simple. Some battles are fought with weapons. The greatest ones are fought with love.